You guys hear the music? Hold on. There we go. That should be better. Alright, hello everyone. How are we doing? How are we doing on this fine eve? How are y'all doing? Oh, Podge, related to a conversation we had the other day, Sneck does not know about Doki Doki Panic. Oh, hey! Someone who doesn't know about Doki Doki Panic. Doki Doki makes me panic. Doki Doki Panic is the original title for the original Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES. It was a Japanese game called Doki Doki Panic. They kind of retextured it for an American release because the original Super Mario Bros. 2, which was brought over and called the Lost Levels, was too hard for Americans. Anyway, how are we all doing? What seems to be the problem? This better be a form of art like the Neko Neko animation we watched. Oh, there are definitely parts of this that are art. But anyway, happy belated anniversary to 12th anniversary to GOOH. GOOH, standing for the Galaxy's Organization of Heroes. It is, for a little bit of history, is a story that our friend Preston wrote for us way back, I believe, in 2014. We all believe it's 2014, so we were all like, I think so. Wow, past dead naming you. Yeah. This was definitely this was my name for a long while. Anyway, he wrote this way back when on like a whim. Basically, I believe, why is it 98 pages? Because it's all of the issues in one. It's all of the mainline issues in one. And then we have this document, which is 96 pages. So we might not get through it all tonight. But we are going, as I was saying, we basically wrote it on a whim. I think I remember the origin being one time on a hangout, we played this game. In which someone on the hangout would say, "Hey, do you remember that time we insert movie plot here," and then we would guess the movie name, and then we would come up with our own. And then at some point, we talked about our own adventures, and then someone said, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had our own adventures like that?" And then, Ayo, 3 ass length. And then Preston said, "Hold on for a second," came back like 10 or 20 minutes later with the first issue of Huntington's Heroes, which is what it was called before it was called GOOH. Anyway. And with that history out of the way, I have a couple of warnings. One of them being this document right here, this one, the OG GOOH document, Chris and I edited to be a lot less edgy and, as I like to say, not kosher. Yes, butt fuck central. So we edited it to be a lot less, non-kosher, a lot less edgy 2014 teenage humor. But this document here, none of that was done. So there are definitely some jokes in here, some comments, some weird things in here that aren't edited and are a little bit not great. The sacred texts. Hey Max, how you doing? So yeah, you've definitely we'll definitely get to that at that point. The other warning is that I don't think I have to say it here because y'all are pretty mature. But there are a couple of people on here that we don't talk to anymore. And, just don't go looking for them, I guess. Don't go looking for anyone that you don't already know on here. I need some Advil. I still have my 100K. Do I rip the Band-Aid? You might want to. Maybe, I don't know. But, don't go looking for him, I guess. There is also one person that I actually don't talk to that their issue is still in the solos and spin-offs. That I didn't get permission to, read on stream. But we're not going to talk about the author too much. We're not going to talk about... We'll rip that Band-Aid off when we come to it. Anyway. Let's start. Let's actually start this stuff. Alright, so, first off, Huntington's Heroes. Original by Preston. Rewrite by Sarah. Also, I do have up above the kind of warning just in case anyone wasn't here for the beginning bit. So should I make her read it as Kermit for the whole stream? Oh god. It would track for GOOH. Oh no, 2014 horror. Do you like adventures? Tales of epic heroism? Antics of a group of best friends? If not, then shut up, Yakami. Sit back and relax and enjoy an exciting tale of the heroes of Huntington. Shut Up, Yakami is still my favorite thing that he wrote in this first issue. Our tale starts on the starship known as the Galaxy Friendship. Yes, that is what he called it. A starship that had crashed in the middle of Marina Middle School. I just realized something. Don't worry about it. And was commandeered by some of the coolest teens you'll ever meet. Before they known. By the way, we didn't edit any of the grammatical mistakes. So there's gonna be a lot of grammar here. Before they known as just regular nerds. Now they are there are the self-proclaimed guardians of the galaxy. Before that movie came out, by the way, Huntington's Heroes. Oh god, yeah, no, I don't want to go back to 2014. Hell yeah, typos, this is the raw stuff. I wouldn't know all you cool people, I know now in Podge. What gender are you, they are, /are? Deep emotion. What do you mean, what gender? I am Preston Mitch Defeat. It's official. Marina Middle School. I am she, her. No, because they are. Oh, I understand. On the bridge of the ship sat on the captain's chair, the most sacred of chairs, only meant for the leader to sit in. Dylan, a bigger guy with strawberry blonde hair, white shoulders, some muscle, and a freckled face who usually wore flannels, sat in the chair looking out into the wide open spaces of space. Space, Dylan said as he started to quote the famous line from Star Trek, "The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Galaxy Friendship. Its mission? To bang women that no other man has. Hey, screamed Preston, a teen with glasses and a mop of curly, dirty blonde hair, interrupting Dylan's speech. Bolt Bogan is not your mentor. Well, the commies can't get them up there. Space! No, that's where capitalism can't reach. That's where the communism is. What do you think you're doing in my seat? How many times do I have to tell you, Dylan, I'm the captain of this ship? That's not fair. I'm the only guy who knows how to drive. Except for me, Mike, a guy with wiry black hair, skinny body, glasses, and a newsboy hat. Yes, that person wore that everywhere. The fucking newsboy hat. We always gave him shit for it. He yelled from his chair. Nobody cares, Mike, Dylan replied. Anyway, Dylan, that is why you drive the ship, not captain it. I earned the right to be captain. Preston started, changing the subject back to the issue at hand. You ran to the ship and said it was your Greek-given right. Exactly. When you have a Greek-given right, you don't move no matter what the non-Grecian says. Now get back to your seat and... No, get out of the seat and drive. I think I randomly knew a person with a newsboy hat in middle school, too. Oh my god. Did everyone know? Did everyone know what a person who wore a newsboy hat? Dylan hopped out of the Bitterly and walked out of the Bitterly and walked to the driver's seat. Every school has a newsie, I guess. Preston sat back in his seat, his golden curls flowing in the wind of a fan someone had mysteriously placed in front of him. Mr. Zeller, Preston started. What's for dinner tonight? Vegetable soup. Nick, a teen with dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, and a voice that was a slight octave lower than normal, replied. Yes, before I started doing this, if anyone doesn't know, before I started doing this... I sounded like this, which was a slight octave lower than normal. Anyway... Dang it, Captain Preston cried with the emphasis on the G and dang. I forgot about that. We used to give him shit about how he said dang it. We still and it's just the way he speaks. This is the third night in a row. Well, Nick replied, maybe you shouldn't have Devin the fucking head chef. He can't even cook. Captain Preston, his friend's words. But what was he supposed to do? He was the captain. Nick was second in command. Dylan flew the ship. Mike charted planets. Chris, who had smooth, dark brown hair, brown eyes, and was in charge of the logbooks. And Damien, a tall teen with poofy-ish, light brown hair. When the fuck did he have poofy-ish, light brown hair? Kept down by a black baseball cap. When did he wear a black baseball cap? And also wore a denim vest with badges with names of metal bands printed on them. Oh wow, I am actually used to what you do now. You're doing your own voice sounds wrong. Yeah, I know. Damien doesn't sound like he looks like Damien at all. Yeah, I know. When the fuck did this was written in 2014? Was his fashion that different from back then? From now? Jesus. Anyway, he kept mostly to himself and played metal music in his cabin. All of a sudden, the ship jerked forward. Nick hit his head against the console and swore. A lot. Relatable. Relatable, even though it's me. Relatable, yeah, of course it's relatable. It's fucking me. Jesus Christ. Hello. Wait, Damien was in the live action? Shit. My god. No, we actually made a live action short film of it. That's way later in the timeline. Not relatable if you had multiple personalities. No. I didn't have multiple personalities. Still don't. What happened, Chris? Quiz? Wow, hello? What happened, Chris questioned as he entered the bridge. I haven't seen everyone this upset since we played a Mario Party in the lounge last week. Was it Devin? No, yeah, that's Damien. What the fuck? Yeah, Devin used to wear a baseball cap. That's weird, whatever. I'm lagging because I'm downloading Apex. I see. Can't even remember, man. Yeah, it's been so long. It's been fucking 12 years since this was written. Makes me feel old. Yes, friggin' hidden blocks. Dylan, you're flying this thing. What happened? Were you know, Mike asked while making a jerking motion with his hands. Oh, relax. This is hardly the time for that, Dylan replied. I'm stopping at this planet for directions, which is such a not Dylan move. He would never stop for directions. The live action was 6 years ago, my god. To where? Anywhere fun. Flying around space is so boring. Want to hit stuff. The crew looked out the spaceship's telescope, because we had that apparently, to see a desert planet with ancient ruins and colosseums, and patches of flourishing cities in between. Dylan set the ship down in the biggest, most advanced city at the center of the planet. Well, Preston said, it appears we've landed in the capital city, to which Nick promptly responded to breaking out into the classic song Capital City, which I don't know what he was referencing. I tried to look for musicals with capital city in them, but I couldn't find any. Come on, Nick, stop messing around. We're here to get directions, not start a musical, Dylan said. But I like musicals. Stop whining. Oh, hey, there's someone we can ask. Hey, you, Dylan yelled, pointing at a yellow alien with deep sunken eyes and the throat of a frog. Yeah, you, ugly Tim Curry-looking thing. Before Dylan could finish his sentence, the crew was surrounded by dozens of yellow aliens with staves, flowing with electricity. How dare you insult me, the vice ruler of this planet, the alien said with a voice that sounded like a mix between Tim Curry and a frog. I am not attempting to do that. We should ask Preston about Capital City. We probably should. I don't think he remembers either, to be honest. Vice ruler of this planet, the alien said. Guards, throw them in jail. Yes, sir, the guard said with the same voice. What? Chris cried. No! We didn't even do anything. And in league game back on the ship. No! Moments later, oh god, back when y'all played League. Because back then I didn't play. In 2014, I didn't play League. That was later on. Started playing years after that. Moments later, they were all in a jail cell, and Chris was in a panic. Preston, we have to get back to the ship. I was in a ranked match with Zach, and if I win this, I'll be in Gold 5. Gold 5. Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? Don't worry, Chris, Preston said with confidence. I have a plan. He knocked on the door, and a small slot opened with a guard's eyes could be seen. Hey, man, How are ya? Listen, it'd be so cool if you let us go, and also if you have a spare chef we could really use. Preston was interrupted by the slot closing. Huh, Preston wondered. Why didn't that work? Wait, aren't I head chef? Devin asked. Oh yeah, you're fired. I'm tired of vegetable soup every day. That's all I know how to not burn. It's pretty hard to burn soup. Only an idiot burns soup. Dude, that was so unmetal. Dude, that was so unmetal. Oh man. Damien said, of me, the guard, or Devin? Preston asked. All three, the crew replied. Nick replied while wiping a tear from his eye. We're all gonna fucking die in here, aren't we? Have heart, my somewhat loyal crew, Preston proclaimed. I'm sure someone will let us out of here eventually. Just then, the guard opened the door. Our Lord has summoned you to the arena, he said in a gruff, frog-like Tim Curry voice. See? Preston said, obviously proud of himself. Told you we'd get... I told you we'd get out. Shut up, Captain. Preston, wow. Preston replying to Preston. Mike replied. Moments later, they were in a coliseum with dozens of Tim Curry aliens filling the stands and cheering. Oh my god. Well, it looks like we have to fight to the death, guys, Dylan said, cracking his knuckles. Is everything to the death with you, Dylan? Nick asked. Last night it was movies. To the death. Stop saying death! Alright, Nick's first. No, proclaimed a voice around, proclaimed a voice. Can I speak? Read? Speak and read? Speak? Spreed? The crew spun around to see the planet's leader in a special box overseeing everything. It was Tim Curry himself, dressed in a robe and a laurel. So that's where his career went, Nick realized. What? How dare you insult me, you child! Slave, get them! All of a sudden, a hooded woman figure entered the arena and started attacking the crew with superhuman strength and speed. Guys, what do we do? I don't want to hit a girl, Preston yelled. Oh my god. Wait. Mr. Redeem? What redeem? Where? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's just a sweater. Wait, I was zoning out. Why is Tim Curry here? I don't know. I think so. This was a rewrite, so I added some things to to this first issue. I think it was because at first the aliens were described as Tim Curry frogs. So I was like, oh, well, their ruler must be Tim Curry then. I just added that. So Tim Curry was our first ever villain. Preston yelled as the alien girl swiped at him and chased him. Got it, Dylan cried as he held out his arm and clotheslined the girl, causing the chip to fly off the top of her head. My god, just clotheslining people. Tim Curry frogs? What does that even mean? They were frog-like aliens that sounded like Tim Curry. Where'd it go? Fascinating, Chris said as he looked at the chip from the ground. Seems this chip enhances the strength and speed of the wearer while also removing their free will. We could totally Hey, watch it, Nick! Oh, whoops, Nick said sheepishly as he realized he had stepped on the chip and crushed it. Just then, a beam of light came and transported the crew and the alien girl around aboard the Galaxy Friendship. Turns out Kevin, another tall teen with a good head of curly blonde hair with blue eyes, who had stayed aboard saying a mission would cut into his sleeping time, had looked through the telescope and saw Devin in trouble, and decided to beam up the crew. The girl had awoken from her unconsciousness and removed her hood, revealing herself to be green-skinned, busty alien with long black hair. Of course she was busty. Script has adverts, very realistic. It has ads? Hello, my name is Sandromeda. How can I ever repay you? Before Dylan perverted pickup line, Preston asked her if she could cook and replied with a yes. That is the story of the Galaxy Friendship. How the Galaxy Friendship got its new head chef. Of course, it was a woman. Return next week for another smashing adventure of the Heroes of Huntington. Huntington Heroes number 2. We fought Tim Curry last week. Can it get any stranger? Now, I gotta mention something real quick about this. This second issue is not the original second issue. The original second issue was so bad that I suggested, hey, it was so bad that a couple years afterwards, after it had been written, I wanted to get this to go public. Never happened, never will. But a couple years after that issue had been written, I was like, Preston, you should rewrite this issue. Just like completely scrap this issue and write another one. And he was like, sure thing, and came up with this one. So this one is leagues better than what was originally here. It was another day on the Galaxy Friendship. I don't know what that asterisk is for. And the crew was beginning to get used to the ship. It was only a week ago that they discovered the ship and had their first adventure. Also, while their time on the Gladiator planet was frightening, they did get a huge benefit. Sandromeda, the alien humanoid, became their new talented chef and crew member. Of course, not everyone is happy. I don't like it, complained Devin. You just let an alien onto our ship without even asking.